Hey there, folks. It's Andy, your local Salt Lake Realtor here. On today's video, I'd like to discuss what it's like living in Utah as a non-Mormon. Before I get into any of that, I'd like to ask you to like this video, share, comment on it below, and subscribe to the channel and smash that bell to be notified of any new content that I post here on Salt Lake Lifestyle. That'd really help me and make it so more people can enjoy this. So, moving on to today's topic, what it's like living in Utah as a non-Mormon. I just want to give you my personal experience growing up here. I am not LDS, not a member of the church anymore. I used to be. Before I get into that, I'd like to give a little background information here, useful information to help understand some of the things I'm talking about as well. And I don't want to go into too much detail over church history and its beliefs. I'm going to put some links down in the comment section of the description section of this video, rather, so that you can get a little bit better idea and do some research on your own, so you know what's going on here and formulate your own opinion for that matter. Members of the church, Mormon Church, adhere to certain principles such as abstinence from sex outside of marriage between a man and a woman, observing the Sabbath, and refraining from certain activities on Sunday. As a result, almost all locally owned businesses are closed in Utah on Sunday, and refusing substances such as alcohol, tobacco, and illegal drugs. Not too uncommon Christian beliefs here and practices. It's not that bad. Mormons also believe in large families. Outside of Utah, the only place that you would see large families, probably large Catholic families. The state population of Mormons is about 68%. The state legislature consists of 90% Mormons, and 100% of our congressmen and senators back in D.C. are LDS or Mormons for that matter. The church has its headquarters here in Salt Lake City and still has a stronghold on Utah culture and day-to-day life. Although newcomers to the area might be a little bit shocked to see what the capital city is really like. Salt Lake City itself is surprisingly progressive, which is a stark contrast from the church's conservative values and the other outlying communities in Utah, around Salt Lake. I grew up in Bountiful, Utah, which is just north of downtown Salt Lake City. It is a predominantly Mormon town. And although my parents were not active members of the church, I did grow up going to church every Sunday until about the age of 12, when I decided I did not agree with the church's teachings, and I have not been back since, other than for funerals and weddings. Because I did go to church for a while, I played sports, and I was in honors level classes. I didn't have too much of an issue growing up. As a matter of fact, I had quite a great childhood growing up here as a non-Mormon. And also, being a larger young man also helped to dissuade any bullies from, picking on me. It was kind of a mutual annihilation type thing, and no one really gave me shit growing up. So that was really nice for me. By no means is my experience growing up the norm for other non-Mormon families. I can't really speak to that. You would have to talk to someone with a different experience than what I had. In high school, I was a VW bus driving hippie, hung out with all the skaters, punks, goth, and drama kids. Basically, all the different people, all the different kids, and those that were not Mormon. All of those people did have quite a significant difference in growing up than I did. I can't speak to it. Like I say, I didn't. It wasn't me, so I don't really want to guess on what that was. But I know it wasn't all that great and pleasant for a lot of kids growing up. For my friends, my extended family, and all of my wife's family are active members of the church. My family history includes Mormon pioneers and polygamists. So you can basically say I'm Utah AF, as all the cool kids are saying these days. After high school, I went to Westminster College, which is a small liberal arts school in the Sugar House neighborhood of Salt Lake City. Sister colleges include Evergreen and University of Puget Sound, both up in Washington State, just to give you an idea of what type of college it is. And unlike other colleges and universities in Utah, Westminster is not a dry campus, and I fit in beautifully there. And to this day, I am still friends with a couple of my professors at Westminster. Great experience overall. As an adult that's self-employed, loves live music, I'm a ski bum, I'm a big-time mountain biker, and avid mountain biker. My daily life is not really affected by the predominant faith here in Utah, and I believe most of my friends would agree with this. But if you are not self-employed and you work for a traditional company in Utah, whether it be small or large, because of the predominance of the Mormon faith in Utah, you can expect your coworkers to talk about their church callings, what lessons were taught on Sunday for the past Sunday, whose kids are going or coming home from a mission, and other church-related topics at work. If you're not Mormon, this can be rather uncomfortable. Kids, my children, I have two beautiful children, ages 9 and 11. They haven't had any issues with their lack of religious affiliation. But I do know Mormon kids not being allowed to play with non-Mormon kids. It is a thing that I've heard of. Again, I have not experienced this, so I can't really speak truthfully on that subject. And also, don't be surprised if you move here and one of the first questions that the kids ask your children when they go to school is if they are or are not Mormon. It's a little weird for kids to be asking that right out of the gate, but it is what it is. Yeah, the Mormon church does have a strong influence on how the state is run, with a majority of the state population and a supermajority of the state's legislature being members of the church. This is to be expected. This is not unlike anywhere else in the country. If you're in the Northeast, you're going to have liberal Catholics having a majority of the power. If you're in the Southeast United States, you're going to have conservative evangelicals. This is no different, okay? My experience living here has been overall good. Most people in Utah are exceedingly nice. And actually, Jeff Foxworthy, the comedian, has a couple jokes about it. One being is if someone asks you for help at if you're at Home Depot and someone asks for you to help them and they don't actually work at Home Depot, you might be in Utah. Another one of his jokes includes having a long conversation with a wrong number. You might be in Utah. So, most people are exceedingly nice here. It is not a bad place. People are not mean. And I have not experienced things like that myself. But the outdoors makes things all better. No matter where you live in Utah, you have some of the world's greatest playgrounds to access. Skiing, mountain biking, rock climbing, hiking, fishing, hunting, and all sorts of motorsports are just outside your back door here in Utah, which makes it all really fun. Although not known for the arts, Salt Lake has a diverse community. Although not known for the arts, Salt Lake has diverse community theaters, world-renowned symphony and ballet, and galleries to indulge any of your artistic medium preferences. Salt Lake has a vibrant live music scene with multiple venues throughout the metro area, from small clubs and venues like Kilby Court to the large USANA Amphitheater in West Valley. There are also multiple community art and cultural festivals throughout the year. Restaurants. This probably has to be one of my favorite things going on in Utah right now. I remember when Subway opened in Bountiful, where I grew up, it was big news and lines stretched out around the building to get in. And Sizzler, if you're familiar with that restaurant, that was considered fine dining. So things have really come a long way. Now we have locally owned farm to table establishments with national chains popping up, it seems like, every day. No, it's not on the same level as Portland, Los Angeles, or Las Vegas, but things are getting better here. And like I say, it's very exciting to see what types of restaurants we're going to have open in the next few weeks and in months ahead. Simply put, home is where you choose to make it. No matter where you live in the country, you're going to find the good and the bad. Utah is no different. That's about it for today. I hope you like this content. I hope it helped you understand about what it's like here in Utah a little bit better. If you have any questions, please reach out and give me a call at 801-403-1803. And also, if you do like this video, please like, subscribe, comment, and share the video. Subscribe to the channel of Salt Lake Lifestyle and smash that bell to be notified of any new content that I produce on this channel. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to hearing from you sometime soon. Take care. Bye-bye.